and then pick T8 ending up this phase, cover it with 2 bans, and then pick up like a super aggressive carry.
Yeah.
And then just try and play like, punish the lack of control you have on this double support duo from Nigma, and the fact that Anti-Mage naturally does need a long time to come on. The issue is, okay, there's 4.
There's a like, yeah, I think you have to.
The issue with this lineup against Darkseer, Anti-Mage always has a free lane.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard to play into a strong mid timing because Anti-Mage always has like that 30-minute battle fury against the likes of the Darkseers.
The thing that scares me here is they're doubling down on lane. I feel like when they do the Spirit Breaker pick, and you're into Witch Doctor AM. Witch Doctor, he's versus double melee. It's not going to pressure him, and then I'm looking at Oracle Spirit Breaker as your 2 supports. Very lacking in damage, lacking in team fight as well. Spirit Breaker can kind of work, but I'm already not crazy about it. I think it's just a risk. It's a really risky lineup, and you're setting yourself up to have like very limited actual team fight and damage with this. Versus Nigma, who already has sustain built into their their Phoenix and their Witch Doctor for an AM.
But they could always maybe put like the Oracle plus carry into the offlane. They put the Spirit, like Darkseer solo bottom, and let the Spirit Breaker kind of move freely. Because that type of playstyle unlocks the Barra to play into the map. Like when you see these heroes, he'll charge any of these guys. It's not like a game where you're charging into like the Puck, the Razors, Mars, these heroes that are naturally like kind of rebuttaling a Spirit Breaker.
I absolutely hate playing Spirit Breaker versus Magnus though. He just shockwaves you and it stops your charge. So it's actually one of it's kind of like worse than like Puck at least is fragile. He shockwaves you then kills you because it pulls you in and slows you and stops your charge.
Any of these like soft kind of things that prevent your charge. Like to be honest, that's the buff Baron needs.
It is.
I don't want some like annoying God's Rebuke stopping me. Or some Shockwave.
Okay, so they're gonna get that Terror Blade with the Oracle. I mean it can be good versus AM if you're just faster. This is literally them just doubling down even more on that like early aggression.
It's that 15-minute timing they're playing for. We will move towards that Roshan. We're going to secure the first Roshan and then try and own the map. But actually, I honestly don't mind it because for Nigma, their early fight, it is somewhat countered from like the Surge, the Oracle ult, all these kind of like these saves just mean that like your lack of lockdown. If you don't kill him inside of RP, I just see NaVi just running rampant.
All blue lineup as well.
It's pretty.
It's beautiful shade.
I feel like we see that so much. Actually, the colors actually coming into play.
I've never seen a one-color lineup lose.
Really? Yep. We've had a lot of like those red Radiant drafts that just fall apart.
I hate the green lineups though. They're the worst. They're so toxic.
It's been a while since we've had full green lineups for sure.
That'd be a great stat. I'd love to know what color of hero has the best win rate.
Nas is drooling right now.
He's like, on it! I'm going!
I'm gonna get a text message in the next 5 minutes with
red, blue, or green
color breakdown.
Full RGB value.
I like this Invoker ban from NaVi actually. I think it would have been a pretty good pickup for Weehaw. That super active hero that can just run around.
Yeah.
And then it's the Tornado in order to dispel any aggression from Charge, from Darkseer Surges, etc.
Timber as well, really nice one. And so these 2 bans are 2 different types of bans. Where the Invoker, he's the go-getter, he'll stop your aggression and be super annoying, and Timber, he just exists within the game, but for existence alone and the fact you don't have any damage will buy so much time Anti-Mage just 1v9s. Yeah,
he's a soaker, I want to call him, kind of. He just soaks everything up for himself. So it's going to be that's most likely that offlane Magnus, but I guess it's not 100% set in stone just yet, so they do have some flexibility at least, and they get to see, which is probably the greatest thing, at least for Nigma here. They get to see the last pick, and they're like, okay, we can put Magnus, or we pick a different offlaner. They can switch it up a little bit here.
I'm trying to think what is the magical hero. Maybe like a Kunkka, just so you have a bit more kind of grounding in your fight. You've already got the Terror Blade as your win condition. So
you only have 1 egg hitter, though. TB can work as
that is true, yeah. No,
you literally only have the 1 egg hitter, which concerns me.
Okay. I don't mind the Puck, because we saw it in that last series how it was in an offlane scenario. This game is going to be mid, but it's the same kind of style of push out the wave, be super aggressive. I don't mind that. It's just I'm somewhat scared. The egg hitter in the mid game, where is it? And eventually, how are they really stopping this like big team fight from Team Nigma? Other than of course like running away with a little cheeky search.
How does Puck fit in the aggression that they were trying to set up early on in this draft?
I think it can work. It's like a way to catch these, like the AM and stuff like that. And it's good lockdown to let the TB do all the damage, because he is going to be pretty much all the damage in this draft. He provides that extra bit of control. I'm not super down for the hero overall still. I think he suffers a lot just because your toolkit is it's just there. It is what it is. You're going to be doing your damage, and then that's it. You do your 3 spells, and then that's going to be it unless you reset over and over again. And I feel like AM now just gets a better target to Mana Void in a lot of situations. He doesn't see Darkseer. Cool, a Puck to Mana Void in the mid game.
What is the Weehaw hero here though? Like,
Just do his like DK or something.
Yeah, something casual to be able to move with his team, I think. At least start the fight, because when you rely on Magnus to be your fight initiator, then it naturally makes your lineup really hard. Because he has to sit so far back, Anti-Mage again sits kind of back. Now suddenly you have 2 supports, and it's very difficult. So I'd like to see some type of initiator.
So someone who doesn't care if he's charged and stuff like that. That's I felt I kind of knew they were gonna do this one, but I didn't think they'd actually pick it because it's into the puck Spirit Breaker. Yeah. So it's like these 2 heroes actually can hold him a bit.
It's a great hero in terms of the. So when I look at Spirit Breaker, it's a hero that loves being able to charge between the 2 closest lanes, and it's always hard when mid is a hero that doesn't care about Barrow. Windrunner, Shackle plus Windrun, you always like remove Spirit Breaker from the game in that sense. And in terms of the game, he can always lock on to like the Terrorblade or lock onto someone, right? Yeah. Itemization wise, naturally you go MKB into BKB, so you're pretty much removing Terrorblade being able to go for anything too quirky. So I see why. It's just I'm still scared of that 15-minute big fight from NaVi. Can they overwhelm Nigma where they don't have levels on the Phoenix, don't have all the items on Winner and Anti-Mage? Can this Empower bridge that gap long enough so they can actually get to the fight?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm not crazy about this. I kind of, like I said, I kind of expect it because it's Nigma. You know, he loves this hero, and there's certain reasons why he would pick it in particular, just a little bit of damage. But yeah, I think that mid game can suffer. Like if Mag has a bad time, Phoenix has a bad time, how the hell do they take team fights versus NaVi just running at them? I do definitely see NaVi having potential, but they have to play super aggro and they can't mess up their lane. Like this bottom lane, if AM gets off to a good start, he's going to just do AM things and 1v5 the game for the most part.
All about the first 15 minutes. You can see right now as well, the odds on EGB.com, they are going to be in favor of Nigma. So if you do think that these first 15 minutes can be explosive on the side of NaVi, you might want to tempt fate a little bit there, especially with an all-blue lineup. I've never seen an all-blue lineup lose, ever, my entire life.
Blue.
You can't name a single time right now either. You guys are the analysts.
TI7. No, I mean, I can't remember. I don't remember based off the colors of the drafts.
All right. It might be enough to actually make the upset happen. It's all, like you said, going to be about that early game. We're going to find out right now. Let's jump into game number 1.
Thank you very much, Rich. Yes, ready to go. NaVi versus Nigma. I'm ODPixel, joined by Lacoste here. We've seen the lineups, Lacoste. What are you reckoning today? What are you liking here from these 2 teams? Anything that sort of stands out as particularly good this game?
Puck stands out. I don't really find the hero that strong. He needs to go in and out multiple times, but if he gets caught, the hero just, you know, is 3 spells, pretty much what the Fogged said. I'm just repeating, you know, what Smart Man said to look even smarter, but... failed to do so. Yeah, I think AM, if he's having a good time early on, this game is just on him. They have not enough lockdown, I would say, so they don't necessarily need to play aggressive in the mid game. And there's GH and Phoenix. I believe right now he's the best Phoenix player in the world. He always starts with the same items: 3 branches, crown, shared one tango from the allies, 800 HP. It's like having Jakiro in your team.
Yeah, I mean, it's suddenly this hero that, you know, what are you going to do about it? GH turns up to your lane and you sort of just have to live with it. You know, you don't want to trade with this man early on. And we'll see what sort of lane setups we're going to get. Grab the bounty.
It's still there.
Make sure you pick that up before you get to the lane. Off he goes, and we'll see, of course, the Wii Ranger in action. As the panel did say, there are definitely ways of, you know, charging in, controlling this Wind Ranger. But other than that, do you sort of see the appeal for Nigma grabbing this up as their last pick this game?
It's just a comfort pick for them.
Yeah.
It's also the hero that, you know, Spirit Breaker charges you, you use Vindrun, you don't care too much about it unless you're silenced or, let's say, leashed. One issue I have with Nigma's lineup is they don't have that initiator. Like, it's very hard for them to start a team fight. If you're relying on Mag to just go in and land a good RP, it's never a good sign. And we can already see the top lane, Darkseer, no mana whatsoever. Now Immersion will need to pull the creep wave back so they can have some XP. It's very hard to play Darkseer into AM.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. You can see, as you said, you know, the AM, if he does get this good start as well, having that Empower down the road, there's going to be a lot of farm for him to pick up across the map. And NaVi, their sort of tools to slowing down an AM early on, having these heroes that can get in your face like the Spirit Breaker and the Puck. Is that enough, or as you said, but you just still feel that the AM, he's going to be able to play around those threats?
Leash mechanic is just extremely strong. against AM. You can't really, you know, use a counter spell on the charge. It's almost impossible.
Yeah,
imagine if you were that good. Yeah, this is it. This is the timing.
Yeah. No, we'll see.
Young G, I've been really impressed the way he has been playing mid lane. Very versatile, knows what he's doing. His rotations early on point. Really up-and-coming player from the CIS scene.
Yeah, and they're going to have to be on point this game.
And I've been praising Ilias. I think every single time I see NaVi playing, he's just playing that Oracle. His positioning was extremely good. You know, he always keeps a healing salve in his inventory just to have the maximum efficiency coming out from that false promise. Well, not right now, you know, he's level 2, you don't necessarily need to click on heroes to make me look dumb again. But once he hits level 6, there's gonna be a salve.
Yeah, he's doing his best down at the moment, trying to keep GH sort of away from Crystallize. CS on the bottom of the moment, Crystallize 8 CS, still Mind Control having the slightly better time here on the early levels. Crystallize just struggling that bit more when the meta's down, but he's going to be back up again in 25, so he should have a few more waves. He's going to be able to easily secure top lane. Miracle and Pasha trading away. RMN with that Voodoo Restoration, able to make sure that the trades always work in favor of Nigma, ensuring that Miracle can continue to just burn all their mana without the threat of losing his life, and can continue to just have that pretty free time on this top lane as the anti-mage.
It's just a free AM game. On top of that, you have Mag in your team, so even more cleave, more farming potential coming out from this AM. They will need to keep killing him, you know, with the puck rotation. Puck, one of the best heroes against AM because of the leash mechanic. Mid lane so far pretty even, I would say. 18-3 against 15-2. A couple of creeps left more for V to actually play against. Bounties, I mean, rune spawning in 30 seconds. I want to see who's going to make a rotation. Both of these heroes relying on bottle being refilled. RMN, I like what he's doing. Just having clarity running, healing up AM.
Yeah, he's making this lane a real dream for Miracle up top. Bottom lane, things continue to be a little tougher for Crystallize on the other half of the map. It's able to get that, using this meta again to just try and secure the waves, but still GH hovering around, throwing in the occasional Fire Spirit. I mean, Crystallize he's sitting pretty low, so does have to be careful down here. Mind Control also very low on the HP and the mana. But has got that level 2 Shockwave, also a Mango to pop, and Crystallize realizes this, having to sit right back because a Shockwave and a bit of a connection from GH may just bring him down, as here we have with the dive, the Skewer as well. Crystallize left vulnerable as Nigma just dive in under the tower and take his life.
They use this information that both supports from NaVi try to go to secure their rune for their puck and started to play aggressively on a Terrorblade.
We'll see top lane trying to go for Pasha. They've been able to find it there, Nigma. A kill on the top lane as well. Bottom lane, GH did end up going down. Ilias was able to find the final nuke to take him out. Still already, it's just the fact that we are seeing in the first 5 minutes, all 3 of Nigma's cores off to a solid start right now. And one in particular, Miracle Anti-Mage.
TP!
Oh, did he just TP back down there? He did, dude. He's stuck in for 55 seconds, right?
I'm having flashbacks. Just leave him here.
Just leave him.
Leave him. Let him go.
Just leave him. Oh, they're going to leave him. Oh, that's 45 seconds he's got to sit up here. Oh, that...
No.
Oh, I mean, that was a mercy kill. I think you're leaving there, dude. He would have been there for 45 seconds.
We've seen that
just leave
already.
Him.
In one of the games where TB was just stuck and they decided to actually... I believe it was Terrorblade as well, so...
I mean, surely... I guess we just really wanted the kill. I mean, a kill's a kill. And I think there's probably a bit... Nobody wants to win a game like that, right? With the carry being stuck on a cliff. You want to win honorably.
You know what?
Winning against someone whilst they're stuck on a cliff, there's no honor in that.
But they can ruin his game. Like, they could literally just ruin his game. Plant an observer ward there and don't let him get out.
I mean,
like, just stand there for 50 minutes.
As I said, I think that's just Nigma being merciful. I mean, they knew he TP'd back to lane. They knew he had no TP available for 45. And unless they're missing something, there's no heroes in NaVi that would have been able to get him down.
But look at it. He's back at the lane right now. So he spent a lot of time just blocking Miracle in trouble.
Yeah, nearly going down there. Does get the blink off in time. But yeah, I mean, it's just the difference between the game that Miracle's having in comparison to Crystallized Terrorblade. It's not even close. It's such a difference already in the CS. That's a huge worry for this Terrorblade.
Oh man, Crystallize.
Again. He needs help. He needs it now. Ilias will be there in time to offer it up. They've just got to somehow find Crystallize the
I think
space
you just
to
bail.
You would just go jungle?
Yeah, you can't lane anymore. Especially if someone tries to make a rotation. Full HP, 2 raid bands, you're ready to go. Just hit the jungle creeps right now.
I mean, even there, he's hovering around the area just to sort of bully Crystallize even more.
Maybe not those jungle creeps, so, you know, get closer to tier 3 towers.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. A lot rides on Crystallize finding the farmers, this TB in this game. I mean, the more that his game suffers, the more pressure on Young G to just make these incredible moves and be able to somehow shut down the anti-mage. Mid lane, Young G won't be caught by the shackle, so we'll be able to get out. But yeah, he's got to pull out some big plays this game, Young G.
And when you have your TB living lane this early, you also don't have a good hero that can just soak up the experience there.
So yeah, who goes
a free
down?
lane.
Yeah.
Like, if you've had a hero like a Venomancer who can defend the tower, Wyvern who just is very hard to kill, but he can get the XP, now I don't think they're getting much out of the map.
We'll see top lane. As WeHeart is able to pick up the Invis rune. It will get purged off him straight away. He's able to turn with the shackle onto the 2 of them. They're still trying to nuke WeHeart down with the Purifying Flames, but it isn't enough, and now Nigma comes in with the backup. Miracle blinking straight over towards the Oracle, pushing Ilias back. He's got that Mana Void ready to go, and they'll secure it. Takes out the kill.
Another
Mercy going for the TP out. It's back up, so the TP comes to an end. WeHeart able to put it to a stop. Power shot finishes the life of Immersion as Nigma find 2 more kills and at the same time start to put some serious pressure onto this tier 1 tower mid at just 8 minutes in.
It's not just the mid tower, bottom tower you have Mag who's putting the pressures, skipping the creep wave with the Empower, clearing it. It's gonna be...
2 towers pre 9 minutes.
This is a disaster for Navi. They also don't have a lineup that, you know, just can easily make a comeback, considering that your Terrorblade is just gonna farm the jungle, so you will need to be playing 4 versus 5.
Yeah, the only one, as you can see, with comparable farm right now is Young G. And it's just a question of how much he can really do as the puck against a lineup that's already 3k ahead of them. And Nigma's lineup, of course, having that anti-mage, it's always the dream when you've got this AM lineup and already this early on you're coming out so far ahead.
So this is 3k difference where it's coming from. 2 plus 3k equals 5. That's just straight up math.
Yeah, WeHeart. They will get him. He's trying to make his way down towards that bottom lane, but NaVi are all over there in the jungle. That's a bit of a bold move there from WeHeart, as he sort of stepped through the jungle, no vision as well, on his way to make it down there, but I'm sure he won't be doing that again anytime soon. NaVi, they've got to just continuously look for those sort of opportunities, look for Nigma stepping out alone and try and find space for Crystallize to catch up. As he's still got a fair bit of catching up to do. And you know that when that Battle Fury is complete on Miracle, the difference between the 2 of them is just going to grow at an increased pace, and at a pace that, NaVi with the Terrorblade, ideally you're using that meta to take early objectives. When you're this far behind this early on, that's going to be very hard to do.
He just needs to continue farming jungle, send 1 illusion. They planted Observer and the Sentry in this jungle just to be sure that they have no vision there. But Nigma, they just smoke. They're protecting the anti-mage. They feel like, they know it's their win condition. They just want to protect him. But right now he's not making any kind of aggressive plays. Puck just got a Blink Dagger, so this is their go time. One of the reasons why he did not want to get, Boots of Travel, no shenanigans, straight into Blink Dagger. So he gets on top of those 2 heroes, Windranger and AM.
Let's see what sort of catch they can find. I mean, Nigma are here in their triangle. Young G.
Still no Blink delivered.
Yeah, you're right. Hasn't quite made it yet. So they'll walk of them, but they won't actually be able to make a jump onto any of them. Now the blink's out, but
smoke's out.
Yeah, I was going to say a bit of an awkward situation, really. The smoke's coming to an end.
And AM, he understands. Look at Miracle.
He's off.
He's gone. And wow, it's been a while since I saw this build. It was pretty common back in the day. You know,
how back in the day are we talking?
3 years ago.
Okay.
Where you go just either Vanguard or Vlad's on your AM when you had Mag in the team, so you don't necessarily need to get Battle Fury straight away.
All right, top lane, Mind Control is laying down the RP, sees an opportunity onto Immersion, gets him back in the reach of WeHa. It's NaVi trying to put some pressure onto this tier 1, but now with a man down, they're going to have to be a little cautious unless Young G can find a jump. He's coming across, eyes onto RMN, but RMN's up to the high ground, and NaVi aren't going to want to push any further. So then with this build on the anti-mage, where you get the Vlads, and then is the rest of your builds sort of standard business, the man to the basher? It's just sort of this opening that you change up because you have that reliance on the empower mechanic and not needing the Battle Fury?
He might just get Manta style, like getting rid of the silence, getting rid of reflection, which is a pretty big deal, you know, just burning out your mana. They actually have TB and Darkshire. So in the late game fight, it's going to be a lot of AM illusion, so he needs to have something to take care of himself, does not get his mana burned.
Yeah, being able to skip the Battle Fury when you have the Magnus on your team does mean that all these other items are just going to come in so much quicker. And still 3k lead for Nigma. NaVi still trying to look to play aggressive here. They've got the charge in onto GH. Underneath the tower though, RMN by his side. Any other backup coming in it is. TPs are coming over. NaVi's got to get out. Immersion going for the TP away. It's not going to make it. WeAre's able to come in time with the Shackle. And NaVi just really struggling to make any sort of moves there. That one incredibly forced going in past the tier 1 tower. It's very unlikely to work out, and it doesn't.
Even though it's still, you know, Mag position 3, which means that he's not going to be farming that much for himself instead of just empowering his anti-mage. Like, it's still very hard for him to just be on top of AM constantly and give him empower because, you know, he's just blinking away, getting the farm. Can we click on AM, please? I just want to see if he wants to go back to Battle Fury or not. Yeah, it's just a Manta style when you go for this kind of a build. Just wanted to be sure, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, this Manta timing is going to cause serious issues for NaVi. As you said already, a lot of their counters relying on getting that AM caught in the illusions, and the lockdown already rather lacking. So it's not going to get any easier. NaVi, I mean, Young G, as we saw in the lane, he had a pretty solid time in the 1v1, but it's just with the way that the side lanes have gone, it's very hard for him to make moves at this puck, despite the decent amount of farm that he has got. And where does he actually go? What can he actually do?
They have this Arcane Rune on puck, so try to make use of that. It's probably the best rune you can get on puck, especially early on, where you just want to use your spells multiple times. And smoke on smoke action, that's also blink on mag, that Team NaVi is not aware about.
Let's see what they can get. I mean, yeah, Nigma hovering around the Roche pit area. NaVi be able to take out the tier 1 with a meta, or just have a poke at it. Fortification comes out, and in fact, okay, Nigma, they're heading straight towards them. Maybe see if they can push back NaVi.
He's out of mana. He has 100 mana.
And Miracle's going to burn what he had left there as well. So Crystallize entirely out now at this point. Charge over on towards Miracle on the backlines. The Supernova comes out. The RP from Micro comes in. He caught the 3 of them. He's caught them in. The Mana Void's out. The Supernova's done as well. NaVi, they've got to get out of it. Crystallize is going to be left behind. He's going to die. And I mean, it is early, Lacoste, but this game is... It's looking very hard for NaVi. Like, well, what can they do? They try and come towards mid, but nothing's working this game.
I'm not sure what that was. I mean, your Terrorblade was pushing with 100 mana, which means that he's not going to get his ulti off. You're playing in the AM, who's going to burn even more of your mana, and that blink reveal just completely destroyed them.
Yeah, damn, Mind Control just making it look easy there. Coming in, getting the 3 of them.
Also, RMN got the full duration Witch Doctor ulti in that fight, because if Puck just jumps on someone and of course Spirit Breaker wants to kill a bigger target, they have nothing to stop that Death Ward. I've seen the games though where Witch Doctor just completely takes over from position 5 if you don't have enough tools to actually deal with him.
Nice, it's absolutely a strong hero. Just the damage that he can do just on his own, they can outdo many cores, even this early stage, just with the ult alone.
DB, he decides to go for movement speed talent. You're playing into Wind Ranger. I mean, she's going to buy MKB as the first item, but you're also playing into DB. I think that's just a wrong choice here. 16%, that's quite a lot.
Such a good talent, 16%.
I mean, look at the numbers. 16 is more than 15.
Again, easy maths. I guess NaVi skipped their lessons. But, yeah, interesting. Crystallize opt in for that. And we'll see a 7k lead. I mean, NaVi, they were able to take away the mid tower. And GH, he's going to start getting his farm along very nicely with the Meteor Hammer done.
It's such a great item on Phoenix, giving you the stats, the region, everything you need, and you can easily use it with the dive or a Sunray. And they have pretty good setup for multi-hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they can still dispel Miracle. He's in.
He just jumps into the 5 of them. Is he going to be all right? He's going to get taken to the side. Mind Control RPs the TB to stop the damage coming out onto Miracle. The Shackles out onto Immersion. Saved by the False Promise, charging in onto the Magnus. Nigma now starting to run over. Focus fire onto Youngji. Youngji looking to jump out with the orb. Gets himself out in time. Weehaw finishes him off though with the help of Miracle. As he jumps in with the Mana Void. Crystallize, he's trying to turn on Weehaw, but the Shackle, the Meteor Hammer combo, Crystallize is just locked down. The Terrorblade is dead. The last 3 of NaVi left to just try and run their way out of here. Mind Control's chasing. Immersion will go straight for the TP out. Makes it away, so the other 3 will escape. But again, it's just another very rough attempt here from NaVi to try and get a fight going, and a fight where it started with Miracle just blindly jumping into the middle of the whole team of NaVi. It didn't matter. Nigma are still coming out on top, and Miracle's surviving.
They should be able to punish that, even though, like, oh my god, look at the farm on Miracle. He has almost 12k net worth at the moment, while rest, any hero has like 6.5. This is just insane. And with the Vlads, like, he can go in and out of the fights. He goes in, start killing, all right, hype it up.
I mean, he's trying to get in for something. I don't know what it is going to be, though, because this is another fight. The Miracle, you just see, he's not afraid to take it. He's just up to the high ground. He's ready to go for these fights anytime that NaVi even think about bringing it to Nigma. Miracle is always ready to go now with the farm that he has. Straight back into the pit. NaVi, they're going to try and push him out again. In with the charge. Immersion jumps straight in. Out he goes. There's the coil from Youngji. Catches the 2 of them. Miracle is locked down for now. The root follow-up coming in as well. Pasha trying to step in. He's got the Maggie and the wall down onto the 2 of them. RMN is dying to the illusion of Miracle. Immersion
Miracle's gonna die.
They've been able to kill off the anti-mage NaVi. Can they get more out of this? They turn over towards Mind Control. The wall illusions. They're destroying them there. They use the power of Miracle against Nigma.
Oh, big
as the
Meteor Hammer
comes into play. The hammer catches the 2 of them in the pit. There's going to be a buyback from Mind Control. The Supernova out as well. NaVi, they'll lose Immersion. They're having to back away from the pit here. Roshan's so low. Weehaw, look towards by Youngji. He's up to the high ground.
Mind Control bought back.
Can NaVi finish this off? They're trying their best. Crystallize in the pit for the magical damage. 2 bites, the power shot. The Slump Ray as well. He's gone. The Shackle shot locks down Youngji. Jumps in. They do get the kill on Roche NaVi, but the Aegis goes into the hands of Mind Control. So NaVi, now they've got to run. Ilya slowed down by the shockwave. Mind Control staying upon him. The power shot comes out. One more, it'll do it. No, he's got the wand. But Mind Control, he's diving in. The Shackle holds him back that 1 step longer. Does get the False Promise off. And with that, Ilias will be able to survive this.
Yeah, I'm doing the math right now. He's going to be full HP, and there it goes. Man, GH, he got like 4 or 5 Meteor Hammers in that fight. They overextended a bit. AM against the Darkseer Illusions, against the Reflection if he uses Manta Style, and they use it after, like his mana is gonna get burned. But GH with the Sunrays, keeping them healthy, there's actually a ton of sustain. They can reset the fight with the Sunray, with the Voodoo Restoration. I mean, AM is still killable.
Yeah, it was still, you know, not a an amazing fight for Na'Vi, but definitely the best one they've had so far. They still lose the fight, lose the Aegis, but yeah, we see the potential for sure. With the wall down, the reflection, they can kill this anti-mage and the other members of Nigma by using that incredibly strong illusion of the AM against them. Mind control. What's he doing over here?
Good question. I think
there goes the Aegis.
There goes his life.
And he needs help. Help is on its way. Is he going to be there soon enough, though? It isn't. Mind control's dead. The wall's down. Miracle jumped in on this one, so he's got to start backing away. He's got to respect that illusion. There's Immersion charging in. We are actually just going to focus straight back onto Immersion. I can't get anything out of it, so that's the Aegis gone, and Mind Control quick to die a second time after it.
Well, I'm no expert, Owen, but I don't think this was needed. You know, everyone is just completely separated. I guess he thought he was fine having that Aegis. Team can easily connect to him, but they were far away. Now AM level 17 has that Basher working towards full Abyssal Blade. We talked about, and the panel talked about, how they lack initiation. Could be the reason why Miracle is blinking offensively on them. You know, just to try stuff happen. He uses the counter spell, cannot get charged. And then they see where Na'Vi members are standing. Oh, these shackles.
Yeah, quick reactions here, but Martian's still able to get away. They've got enough save here with Ilias by his side. So Nigma not able to get a catch on Na'Vi that time, as Na'Vi take another poke around the tier 1. How's the build on Crystallize after D-Lance and the Asher trying to get his Butterfly online?
I'm kind of disappointed every single time I see Crystallize not buying Crystallis. I don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, it's, yeah, the lore just isn't there. You know, when you got a name like that, it's false advertising. There's Immersion.
I mean, if there's a guy that named himself Hand of Midas, I'm pretty sure he's just buying Midas in a single game, you know?
There we go, yours. Under Immersion. Nigma will take the kill here. They don't have the creep waves on their side, though. Both of them being pushed out here by Na'Vi. Crystallize trying to do his best with the illusions. Miracle. So after Basher just going straight for that Abyssal and soon to hit level 18. So Na'Vi are going to have to be careful of these big mana voids and 3 high mana targets that will certainly pop if Miracle gets his hands on them.
Yeah, Darkseer, like, AM is a counter in the laning stage at every single stage of the game after that. Where, you know, look at his mana pool. It's 1,000 mana. That's why Darkseer is going for Lincoln Sphere.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the counter. Straight up. And you can see from Nigma's heroes, I mean, they've got a few things to try and play around it, but it's definitely going to stop Miracle from being able to just jump in, commit, and pop him. And as we've seen Miracle, as you say, he has been the one that's just jumping straight, and he's the one starting the fights.
Everyone on Na'Vi should just chip in, give some gold to Darkseer, because, you know, he's going to kill his team if he gets a good mana void on the Darkseer and everyone is around him.
Yeah,
you know, just give a few hundred so that he can buy a Lincoln Sphere. Man, that would not be OP at all. What am I talking?
You can start sharing your worth.
I mean, it was
a
thing back
there was
in
a
the
patch
days. Yeah.
Back in the day where you could buy stacks of Sentry Wards, Obs Wards or something and give it to your carry, and then boom, carry sells them.
Yes, I think you could also pull the items, like just straight up buy items and give them.
Well, that must have been a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was back in Dota 1 days. I mean, you're not playing Dota for other people to have fun. You're playing for yourself to have fun. If people are doing that to you, buying you items, you're like, fine. But if you need to buy item for someone else, then you're like, man, this game sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's seems to be the logic with a lot of supports in pubs, you know. Buying wards for the team, that sucks. It's not for me. Honestly, if wards only gave vision to yourself and not to your team, more people would probably buy them.
For sure.
There we go. Bottom. They're popping the egg here.
Oh man, Nigma is losing the vision game. Only 3 wards devorded, while Na'Vi killed like 8 to 10. I was not really quick doing this math. Yeah, 5-1, exactly 10. Jesus, I'm good.
Well, hang on. We are? What's going on here? He's getting dragged back by the vacuum. The cast bounce is doing a lot. His Immersion Will get incredibly low here, trying to run away. We are saved by the heals of RMN, or is he? Oh, that was close.
That run.
Able to just break his way away from Crystallize in time. This lead that Nigma had, it's starting to stagnate. It's sticking around this 5K. NaVi are holding. Crystallize is climbing back up, shot nowhere near the farm of Miracle, but he is at least in that second spot. He's getting items on the TB, and as we've seen, it's still a little risky for Nigma when they do try and fight into the wall and the reflection.
It's just such a big difference in these two carries. 5K, that's a full item and a big, expensive, fat item.
Yeah, well, there we have it. The Abyssal complete on Miracle. So now having that opportunity to just jump straight in and eliminate pretty much whoever he fancies on Navi's side. That's the big talent, though, for the Darks here. Now got the extra plus 25% damage coming out from the Wall of Replica Illusion. So
usually you see a different one, but when you're playing against the AN, you take that talent.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see the reflection. It's annoying. It's incredibly annoying. A lot of mana gone. So Miracle, of course, will make sure that he's always prepared in the fights with one charge is saved up.
I believe they have 2 mana boots on Nigma, so that's one way to counter it. Puck, almost full Aghanims. I love what V is doing in this game. As a Wind Ranger, item-wise, straight into MKB, nothing special. But he had E on this queued up, so he can just snap the coil, have the status resistance, so it's not going to last that long, and he knows that the BKB is not going to help him in that situation.
Well, let's see what we have here. I mean, because what is the counterplay from Nigma if their anti-mage Miracle gets caught in the Ag Stream Coil and they drop the wall and reflection and he has 2 illusions beating away at him? Like that's still a pretty potent combo, right?
It really is, but if Nigma keeps getting the first jump, like they're just in control of this game.
Yeah, anytime they get a kill like this, they're going to be able to step it up and push onto towers. 5v4 now.
Next Roche, he's actually up. Pretty fast respawn. Not sure if Nigma knows about it.
That should be a pretty free one for them. We saw last time, though, NaVi did come over and give them a bit of a fight around it. And again, this sort of combo that we're talking about does work very effectively around the pit. And we'll rely on NaVi getting over here pretty quickly, though. As the damage from Nigma is very high, they're going to take this Roche down very fast. And NaVi are moving over, but can they quite make it here in time?
Spirit Breaker does not have vision. He cannot charge in. Oh, GH just scouting things out. And dropping fairly low.
Yeah, just making it impossible.
Ulti.
Yeah, NaVi cannot get in on this. So Nigma get themselves a free Roche for themselves. Aegis and Cheese will be theirs. Immerse, he's still going in. All right, just a bit of a poke onto RMN on the way out. They won't try and turn on him. They'll let him step back. But now NaVi having to be extra careful. Miracle having that Aegis. I've already struggled to kill him once, doing it twice in the middle of a fight. It's going to be incredibly hard.
Runes in 10 seconds. Nigma wants to take this fight, even though they don't have the egg.
Yeah, still got the RP from Mind Control ready to go. Immersion, how's he going to be allowed to pick it up? Skewer from Mind Control won't catch anyone. Immersion tries to go in with the ult, but straight away Weehaw comes in with a shackle shot. Immersion will pay with his life. Crystallize. It's going to put the meta for this one. Miracle, he's on the side. He's on top of Youngji. Youngji will be able to get the phase shift off in time. The illusions are out. Has burnt Miracle's mana. So Miracle cannot continue to chase for now. False Promise coming out onto Crystallize.
That's a big shackle.
But the Death Ward's down. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out onto him. The Dream Coil is managed to catch the 2 of them. In comes Crystallize with the damage for this meta. It's bringing Weehaw low. The cheese comes out, but he's not back into the reach of Crystallize. Crystallize turns over towards RMN. Takes out the Wish to Mind Control. He's in with a 3-man RP. The hammer comes down.
3-man hammer.
The combos there. They've taken out the Darkseer. Miracle getting charged across. Crystallize still able to play with the meta. He's taken the Aegis out. Crystallize is still alive. He's got a Sunder. He'll take the life of Ilias, get himself back up into fighting position. Miracle goes for a short jump. Mind Control tries to skewer him, but he skewers to his death. Mind Control is gone. Silence onto Miracle if they got any further control on this.
That's a long-ass silence.
Got the root, but he's going to be able to blink. So he goes back in. Straight back in onto Young G. Now he'll retreat and get his way out of there. Nigma still coming out on top of the fight, but we're seeing NaVi fight back with some good power. Crystallize does survive. Like, there's definitely still some potential here from NaVi.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you have TB into AM.
Yeah.
If he's using his Manta style, you know that the mana is going to get burned eventually. Darkseer also got the wall on top of him with the level 15 talent, so he needs to be very careful about that. You know, a BKB should be the option for AM. Like, he has enough. Also, he's building Scotty from what I saw, so that's going to be some extra mana for him. And, yeah, full Scotty.
Okay.
Couple of mangoes, RMN, what a bro. Is that a mango tree in their base? I believe it is, just by looking at the minimap. So yeah, that's a high value that you actually get from him. And they gave him a bottle, he has a haste. There's a huge difference in terms of levels. Anti-Mage is level 23, while Terrorblade is only level 16.
If they do kill him, though, they're going to get some juicy XP from him, that's for sure. So, still having to be careful. I was just saying, Nigma very much having the lead. Nowhere near over this game as NaVi, especially when it comes to high ground defense. That's going to be where the real test is here for Nigma, as Crystallize is going to be able to position himself quite safely on the high ground. And punch into them, trying to get this Satanic after the butterfly. We'll see how hard Nigma want to push in on top.
I would also like to see a Lotus Orb on any of the Nigma members. I saw GH going for Shivas, at least that's what he had queued up. Mag could be the one just getting it. You know, buff up your AM.
Yeah.
Full Shivas actually done on Phoenix, level 18.
Oh, a miracle. He's going to go in. Save will be
coil.
there.
This is the time. Nigma needs to go in. They should be able to punish this.
This is a decent window now. The coil being the big mechanic that has threatened Miracle sometimes, holding him in position. As without that, very little now that Miracle needs to be scared of. So here we go, into the base, Nigma. Onto the tier 3s. With no coil, what sort of deterrent do NaVi have to push Nigma back? And you can see very scared about stepping forward. They know that Miracle will quite happily jump in with the Abyssal. And this tower slowly falling. Tier 3 gone, onto the racks. NaVi, what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Some extra damage. I think they're fine with that. Just go in, get the racks.
Oh, mind control. He's in, he's got the skew onto the two of them. He doesn't even need the RP. Immersion goes down. Jump over the Abyssal onto Youngji. Youngji, can he live it? Still gets the chance to put the phase shift. The Supernova out in the center of the fight. Miracle turns over towards Crystallize. Surge there, but he's used up still. Can he get away? No, the Supernova stun catches him. They pull him back. Mind control gets him with a two-man RP under the tier 4s. As they slam them down hard here, Nigma. Take that top racks. Move straight over towards mid. The buybacks are coming out from NaVi.
TB has no meta.
And still 20 seconds, no immersion, 40 seconds, no Darkseer, and that's been the important component if they want to have a chance of killing this anti-mages. Nigma, they know with these two heroes dead, they're no threat. A second set of racks will slowly fall there. As Nigma now 16k up and in an incredibly strong position. NaVi just losing each and every chance that they're having here to maybe turn it. It's just only going to get more and more impossible now.
Problem with the NaVi's lineup is they don't have egg hitters. Like, none of these heroes want to hit the egg. TB is fine, but do you want your TB to hit the egg instead of hitting the heroes? Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's so much on his shoulders to do, and it's way too much.
Yeah, a lot of work for Crystallize this game. He's the big damage dealer, other than those illusions. It's him and the illusions.
Still very under level. Level 17, 35 minutes in. While AM, I believe he just hit level 25.
Yeah, hitting that next level of the talents. Opting for the cooldown as well. I mean, as we talked about, 3 very nice heroes to pop that ult on. You're going to get a couple of chances in these fights to just kill hero after hero with the Mana Void. As mid and bottom coming in against NaVi.
Invisibility.
Oh, we have it, full butterfly for Miracle. This anti-mage just continue to get bigger and bigger. This Magnus AM combo has just been played perfectly by Nigma. Farm has been in pretty impressive here on Miracle's AM.
Slow siege by Meteor Hammer, some illusions coming out from AM. Scouting things out. He's baiting. Like, he wants to bait the coil with the AM.
Are they going to fall for it, though? Seems unlikely. They're trying to make it look a little more believable with the Sunray, but they should...
You need to give him Empower. That's how you bait.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's how you catch him. Well, still smoked up, NaVi. They're waiting for a chance. Nigma's not really giving them any chances here, though. Nobody in position to be caught out by NaVi. Miracle will just head over, keep this middle wave in as well, so that NaVi will be split between the two. And in fact, he's going to go all the way back and take towards the top. Roshan is potentially going to be up in a minute. We'll see how quick it is. Just getting these neutral items here as the 37-minute kicks in, and some nice ones.
That's the best item he could get. Minotaur Horn, even though it doesn't last long, but it's a Dispel, so getting rid of the mana burn coming out from Reflection is insanely good. Roche is going to respawn in 20 seconds. They don't have to rush anything. They can just, take the fight inside the Roche pit. Problem is, Miracle just bought everything, so he does not have a buyback.
Oh, GH.
In case something goes wrong.
I mean, GH started this with a bit of a bait.
Just bail! Can't hit the egg.
Oh my control, he's done it again. He catches the three of them. The ult comes out to save Crystallites, but that is a dead Pasha.
Oh, he's low. Great Thunder.
Oh, all right. Can they get more of this? They'll lose immersion, but hey, you just killed the anti-mage. If you could make sure that you don't lose anything more here on NaVi, you're very happy with this one. Young G jumps out to the side. He's going to live. Can NaVi calm this fight down a bit more? It's looking like they can. They got the anti-mage kill.
And I think Nigma just falls back here. You don't have to rush anything.
Your AM.
That's what I just said. He bought it out, does not have buyback if things go wrong, but I don't think NaVi has enough damage to actually, just go and take the Roche. It's a third Roche, so Cheese Aegis +1. But still,
they killed him. Yeah.
They managed to kill him, and this is going to be first Lincoln's on puck, so no Abyssal Blade coming up straight away. No Shackle.
Oh, damn. Look at that as well. This is a game it's in the 1% territory for NaVi right now.
I think it actually hit the 100%.
It looked like it flatlined on 100.
Touched, yeah.
But NaVi holding on there, getting the one big kill. That anti-mage Miracle out of the game for a little bit. A little bit of breathing room for NaVi. Just a little. Still, of course, 19k down. But the game goes on.
25 seconds without AM. Like, NaVi cannot take Roche fast enough. AM's going to respawn.
Well, they're actually getting out there and looking for kills. See, Iron Man is going to be able to protect himself for now with the Ghost Scepter, but Young G jumps in with the body blocks. Immersion finishes him off with the ult.
No buyback on him.
Okay, 70 seconds, no Witch Doctor. Without the meta, though, it's, I should say, very hard for NaVi to take this Roche down at any sort of speed. They've got the charge coming in on mid. GH. Oh, Dream Coil off the mark there from Young G. That means GH is going to be more than fine. GH also picking up a complete Refresher Orb.
No buyback. Like, Nigma is just going all in. Full Refresher on GH. So double Meteor Hammer, double ult, plus a Sunray. Also Sunray coming out from the egg with the level 20 talent. Illusion Escape on AM. Like, he's getting some really sick items at the moment. Like, if you need something for Siege, oh, here's the Leveler. If you want to bait with the Illusion, here's Illusion Escape.
And they should have this Roche for themselves as well. As NaVi, do they want to step out for this? The whole ward from Nigma will give them the info.
What am I seeing here? We with the Death Zone.
He's got the he wants to end the game. I mean, that's the end the game item. As Nigma, they've got the Aegis Cheese. NaVi are waiting in this position there, underneath the ward. Can they really get any sort of catch onto Nigma? Miracle blinking in, but NaVi's...
They know. They already set the vision from
Immersion.
Nigma.
He's cliffed himself. He's able to jump down. No, he's not. Mind control's up in the Yules. Immersion's still stuck up here. Blink to the side. Miracle. He's gone in, but the wall's down. Can they take him down? The once the illusion's punching back on a Miracle. Ilias keeping himself hidden with the invis. Miracle turns over towards Immersion. Crystallize, pops the ult. The Supernova's out. Mind control comes across. He's Yulesed up into the air. It doesn't matter. They cannot kill the egg. The egg successful from GH. Crystallize instantly popped as the false promise comes to a finish. No buyback on him. Ilias will fall as well as We Are takes him out. Miracle goes over towards Immersion, and GG is called. Nigma will take this game one.
It's just a pleasure watching Miracle play anti-mage, and what he did, you know, just skip the Battle Fury, allowed him to keep the pressure, getting Vlads, which also gives you mana regen.